Okay, so you can see I'm sitting sitting down with my board in front of me, and the bottom should be closest to me, the top should be farthest away from me. I'm going to begin with the top left, so look for your top left tooth at the top of my board, and then that's where I'm going to begin. So I'm going to take any color that I have, so I'm going to pick white. I'm not going to cut anything, I'm just going to take this first piece of yarn, and I'm holding a little tail, like maybe 2 inches, and I'm going to put it through that first, and squish it down through that first tooth, and that's about how much is coming down on the front side. I'm going to grab some tape, and I'm going to tape that down all the way. All right, so now that it's taped down, it should be coming out the back side of the board. So what I'm going to do is go all the way down the back side of the board, and I'm going to go under or through the bottom left tooth. So I just basically made a line across the back like that. So now I'm going to go all the way back up to the top, and this time I'm going into the second tooth, and I'm going to go all the way back down the bottom again, coming in to the second tooth. So I'm going to do that all the way around my board until I get to the end, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not skipping any one of these teeth. I'm also going to make sure that I'm not going through it twice. Okay, so I don't want to go through any of them 2 times. So I'm going to do that all the way to the end. All the way through every tooth at the top, which means that I ended on the bottom right side of my board. So I started way up here and I ended way down here. Now before I go ahead and do anything as far as cutting this, I'm going to check my strings. I'm going to count the front of my board and the back of my board. I'm looking to see that I have 15 strings on the front and 16 strings on the back. Okay, so I'm going to count to make sure I have 16 on the back, which I do, and 15 strings on the front, which I do. That means that I strung my board correct. So at this point, now I can cut this string, and I'm going to cut it, I don't know, maybe about 2 inches. So you can kind of see how tall I cut that, right? And here is a really, really important task when you're weaving. You want to make sure this bottom string gets taped all the way down from the very bottom of the board, because you do not want to end up accidentally using this string as one that you weave over or under, or that'll mess up your whole weaving. So we want to make sure we tape that whole piece down. Okay, you don't want any of that showing, and if your tape curls onto the back, that's fine. Now we're ready to weave.